Hello students. Now next part of our video is about the next type of inheritance, that is multi-level inheritance. Now in this diagram you can see different level of inheritance. That means in the previous two types we have seen that a single inheritance, when you would derive a class from single base class. Then we discuss one of the example where we have created multiple classes from a single base class. So that is called as hierarchical inheritance. Then third type or next type of inheritance that we discussed is multiple inheritance. In that multiple inheritance we discussed that we created one derived class from multiple base class. So we are taking properties of multiple classes into a single base class. Now the next type of inheritance is like multi-level inheritance. So you can see in this diagram multi-level inheritance, that there are three classes: class A, class B and class C. So at the end we have class C, which is going to take properties from class B and class A, but we are not directly inheriting class A with class C. So indirect inheritance is there. That means in this diagram you can see class A is a base class. That class is going to have some properties and functionality. Then we create class B, which is derived from A. That means class B is going to take some properties of class A, and then it is a base class for C. That means when we create class C, we are going to derive it from base class B. That means it is derived from class B. So C के लिए base class होगा class B, whereas for class B uh, base class is for class B is A. That means B is a mediator between A and C. So when we create object of C, we can have properties and functionality. We can derive properties and functionality from class A as well as class B. So let's see one of the example of multi-level inheritance. Here we have created one class, that is class first. Then we create class second, which is going to inherit class first, and then we create class 3, which is going to inherit class second. So class first, this is first is a constructor of class first. We have one function, that is void my function, which is present in class first. So I have written this message. This is a function from class first. Then I have created class second, which is going to inherit class first. So class second colon public first. Then we have constructor of class second, and then class 3 public second. So this is a constructor of class 3, that is 3, and it will display that message only. When we create when we create main function, we are going to create object of class 3. As we discussed same thing in previous video, that when we create object of a derived class, it is going to uh, execute constructor of the base class also. That means when we execute this program, you will find the output like this: first class, then second class, then class 3. Then it is going to call function my function with the help of object of class 3, and this my function is from your class first. So we don't inherit class first directly, but as we are inheriting class 3 from class second, and class second is inherited from class first, you are able to execute this code. Now this is our example: class first, constructor of class first, function from class first; second, constructor of class second; third, that is 3, which is derived from class second. Class second we derive from class first. This is constructor of class 3. Then in main function we create object of class 3, and then we call function from class 1. Now let's compile and run the program. You will see output as I said. It is execute constructor first. So first class, second class and class 3 is the message which you can see that is present in the constructor, and at last we call function which is from class first, that we did not inherit it directly, but indirectly from class second we take that function. So this is one of the example of multi-level inheritance. There is another example of multi-level level inheritance. Here you can see we have three class: circle, area, and perimeter. So class circle is the base class. Class area, which is going to inherit class circle, and then class perimeter, which is going to inherit class area. Now here we have radius r double r, that is data member of class circle, and we have one function void get circle, which is going to take one argument, that is radius. Then class area public circle, that means area class is going to inherit some properties from class circle. Here we have created one function, that is void find area, and then we are displaying output here, pi into r. So I have declared pi globally 3.14, and then we are going to take value for radius, and then it will display, that is class area will display area by calculating its area. The next class parameter, public area, that means it is going to inherit properties of class area, and here we are going to use function void find parameter. So it will display parameter by 2 pi r. Here r is present in the class circle which we are using, so indirectly it is derived from class circle, as class area is deriving properties and functionality from class circle, and we are deriving class area from for perimeter. So our class area is the base class for class perimeter. In the main function you will find that we have created object of perimeter obj, then we are calling this function void get circle and passing 5 as a parameter. So this value is going to give to the radius r, and then we call function find area and find parameter. It will display you output of it will give you output like area of circle is and perimeter of the circle for radius 5. So this is our program. Here I have declared double pi here globally, and that is 3.14. Then I have created one class circle where I am taking variable, that is r, which will give you radius. Then we have created one function here, get circle, and then we have created another class area, which is going to derive circle, and then in this we created one function, that is find area, and the third class, that is class perimeter, which is deriving class area. And then we are going to use the properties and the data members of class circle also, that is r. Here we have created the object of perimeter class, and by using this object I am calling function from class circle, that is get circle, and we are passing parameter for radius r. So I'm passing value 5, and then I'm calling function find area and find parameter by using the same object. When I compile and run this program, you will find this output. So I guess students, you are getting the multi-level inheritance also. Here we are creating multiple classes, but we are not deriving a class directly. Instead of that, indirectly we are deriving some properties of one of the base class. So in both example we have created three class. Class first is there, then we create class second, which is derived from class first, and then we create class 3, which is derived from class second. Okay, thank you.